Where's my ashtray?
What is that?
What we got going on right now?
I don't know.
Somebody's thing is trying to act like a fake Pro Tools or something. Trying to put up a fake beat.
Right. Recording on Pro Tools at the crib.
Man. We live? Yeah, we live. My spot say we live right now.
We live.
Okay, so I didn't even see the countdown, but boom, we gonna do this. We gonna shoot from the hip. Welcome to the H-Week Talk, everybody. I am the host with the most, Lily. That sounds corny, but I'm gonna say it every time. I am with the do-all, be-all of this program. If it wasn't for her, this would not be running. Lindsay.
Hi.
I was about to say, I don't know what type of a delay that was, but we're going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
We got
Right.
the co-host that usually goes ghost, but she comes with the most. Breezy Bree. What's poppin'?
Hey.
Every time you unmute yourself, I hear the in the background.
Yeah. So Bree, I'm gonna remove you, and then when I remove you, come back in. Because I don't know what's going on.
We do got a special guest in the building today, man. Give a round of applause for this guy. You have seen him a couple of times on the show. And he does what he does, says what he says. International star. He does I don't know what he does, but whatever he does is fucking awesome. Let's give it up for DJ.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Excuse the wind in the background.
Man, that's that out of town wind. That Kansas City wind ain't doing that right now. This I'm talking about, man. My motherfucking toenail hairs are sweating.
Your toenail hairs?
Toenail hairs are sweating. It's bad out here.
Wow. I didn't even know toenails had hair.
Some toenails have hair. Don't act like that, man. Don't act like I'm the only Neanderthal on the podcast, man.
I mean, I knew feet had hair. I didn't know the toenails had hair.
I mean, you know what I mean. See.
I thought you was teaching me something new.
Nah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Do you have another window open? Breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, now stop.
Okay, you fine.
I had another window open. I am stoned, so.
Let's get to the topics, ladies and gentlemen.
If nothing else, she's honest.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
All right. So first up is Brittney Griner. She got sentenced this past week to 9 years in jail, in Russian jail. The prosecutor wanted 9.5. The max was 10. What are you guys' thoughts?
Who want to go first?
I'll go first. You know, I want to say to fans of Brittney, I feel bad, man. I feel bad for that young lady out there. At the same time, I will say that, you know, when you're in a foreign land, man, you can't be cutting corners and not playing by the foreign rules, man, because they laws is very different. And that don't nobody like you out. First of all, you know, not to be funny, you know, you were part of the LGB. I'm not gonna pronounce it and mess it up either. But you were part of that community, and being a part of that community, man, they kind of don't like you over there, no way.
Yeah.
And so it's just a sad situation, but it's kind of your fault, lady. Keep it 100. If you know it's illegal over there, and you ain't got the means to get it carried home, or you know, put in a good space while you leave that place, you know, that was on you. You can make the excuse that you was rushing, but if I'm rushing in Russia and know I got weed, that shit's not going with me. But that's just my opinion.
Where's my ashtray?
I can't say that I'm gonna bring it with me either. Who wants to go next?
I mean, I wouldn't personally travel overseas with that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this ain't even really got nothing to do with her. It's somebody else they want to swap. If we got somebody, if we let them go, we can do it even Steven. So,
yeah, but that was just tossed up in the cards from America. That wasn't even, Russia wasn't even trying to do that. Russia was just trying to hit her, period. You know, Russia been on that anyway. You know, America and Russia, you know, we ain't on the best of terms. So they was gonna string her to the wall, period. America came up with the, you know, we could trade off such and such for such and such. And
no, they did that.
I thought, man, because you know I don't really like act like I know this, but when I was watching CNN, I thought America it came up.
No, we Biden. You know what I mean? He allegedly is open to the idea, but they the one proposed it.
Whoever proposed it ain't an even trade.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do it. Like she still be doing her 9 years if I'm running because I'm not gonna give up an arms dealer for a basketball player. And I hate to say it like that. That'd have been anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. That's what they own. I think that they finally caught somebody lacking. She was black, you know, whatever attracted them to her. They just needed a little bit something on her.
She's tall, black, she play ball, and she eat pussy. That's what attracted it. That's what happened.
All right.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Okay.
You know, I ain't gonna sugarcoat that. It's a good agenda of just fucking with her anyway because she big, black, and eating pussy.
You like saying it, huh?
Nah, it's just you know, it rolls off really nice, and it's true.
Okay. All right, DJ, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts is on that, like you said, like certain things you just can't do. Like you make mistakes, true enough, probably rushing, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's not that deep. Like she put herself in a trick bag. And I mean, she took accountability for it, thinking that was gonna help, but you know, it's just one of those live and you learn situations. Feel sorry for her. Prayers go out to her circle and all that, but she's gonna have to ride that one out. Definitely gotta be cautious when you're packing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't even flour. It was like a vape pen, but you know, at
half of a vape pen at that. It wasn't even full.
Yeah.
That's what's making it, you know. We know
if she was here, they would just throw the shit away. Right here.
So, but you know, it is what it is.
I believe this ain't the first time she didn't get it, and I think they were just fed up with that shit.
I don't think she got caught. I think she might have before, and they let it slide, and they probably figure, okay, this bitch is still doing it. Ooh. She's still doing it, and just caught her up. I think, you know, it's bigger than really her. I think she's just whatever they trying to use to do whatever. But I feel sorry for her because I wouldn't want to be over there at all. You know, right. Nobody wants to be in jail. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to be in jail nowhere. I don't like the state's jail. So overseas ain't gonna cut it either. You know, they conditions could be deplorable over there. Worse than this.
Right. You just
Even though she be having regular clothes on when she come out, and they be different outfits. Have y'all noticed that? Like when she was going to court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, you could tell they was hurt.
Like, I'm afraid to go to prison in America. Like, no bullshit. Like, not like I'm a bitch ass nigga, but the sound of prison, you going to prison should naturally have a natural fear for it. So I just couldn't imagine, especially how they treat they whatever in Russia, man, where they lead you out and then they put you back in a cage while they having your, you know what I'm saying, while they having your fucking trial, man. And I just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, damn, it's like I'm just figuring like this ain't her first time in Russia. She plays overseas over there. And so she should know how they laws work, and she should be like, nah, fuck nah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she looks traumatized every time she goes to court.
She don't look she like that what's that TikTok? I want to go. She don't look like she wants to be there. Absolutely not.
No, she doesn't at all.
Me feeling bad for her. And she 8 feet tall. Like that shit.
I do too.
Yeah, I do as well.
She would.
I mean, she like 8 feet taller. They make her sit in this 5 foot cage. That shit crazy as a motherfucker.
Right, she gonna come back out with osteoporosis and shit. But
she do be taller than them. They just be leading her to the court. I be like, Lord, but.
Right. But yeah, she I mean, my thoughts are basically like it sucks. It is excessive, but I mean, it was to be expected. And unfortunately, she did put herself in that trick bag, you know.
Yeah.
And you can't like the stuff that you can play with in America, you can't play with over there. Like the way that the law and the court system is here, and you can't do that over there. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I think what we're not looking at that we really need to look at that is over here is the reason why she was over there in the first place. If women got paid the same amount that men get paid for the exact same job, she would not have been over there in the first place, because there's no reason that you're basically the face of a whole league and you still have to play overseas. That doesn't make any sense.
That is very true. And I'm glad you said that, Lindsay, because I want to say this. You know why that happens? Women. It's the WNBA. It's the Women's National Basketball Association. If women pay more attention to it and it bigged up their views, they would get more money. They can't.
Women
we
don't
already
pay
got the NBA. Most men are watching the NBA.
No. Women don't watch the
NBA. I don't think that's our fault.
No, that's not our fault. It'll be different.
I'm saying it is because if they want more money, they have to have more views. They have to sell out arenas.
Lily, so the reason why the WNBA ain't making money is because we as women are not watching it.
Y'all don't have the WNBA don't have views like the NBA does.
But you said women, so which one?
I'm saying because it's the WNBA. So why can't if it's basketball for women? Why ain't women watching it?
Okay,
if you want to talk about why they ain't making as much money as an NBA player, why you ain't watching it?
Women watch regular basketball, and I know you're gonna say yes. You know people that do, but I know
women watch regular basketball with their dudes. What I'm saying is, if society took the time,
regular basketball,
if society took the time to make up the WNBA for women who play basketball, they should expect the pay that they're going to get the views for. So nobody should be talking about they don't make as much as the NBA because they don't have the views or the revenue. You got to have revenue to pay these.
But they're they're also not getting the promotion like the NBA. Like when when you
But
hear
that's
about
not women. That's not on us to make sure that that's not. Huh? What'd you say?
Y'all keep cutting me off. I want to talk.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
So I don't even remember my point.
No. You got.
No, I'm just saying, like, we're not getting. I mean, they're not getting the views and stuff like that, but they're not getting the promotion either. And it's a fairly new thing. Like the NBA been established for how many years? And I don't even for real see them doing too much cross promotion or anything like that when it comes to the WNBA. Like it's not like they're trying to help, but some of them people are probably like hella talented and probably
They
more talented
be.
they're probably more talented than the people that are in the NBA. But why is it that the NBA can't be co-ed?
Nah, hell nah. That could never.
Why?
Man.
Why?
Okay.
Where's the rules that say that the NBA has to be men?
Okay, I'm gonna be a total nigga on this. LeBron can't fucking elbow a bitch in the motherfucking middle.
He ain't
you know how much flack he gonna get for that?
But he's not supposed to.
You can't do that. That ain't no equal rights shit. They go the first time that shit happened, they gonna be like, they wronged them man, wrong as hell. It's bad enough they done already made it damn near a girl ass game. You can't even blow on the nigga the wrong way. Them motherfuckers gonna hit you with a foul. Imagine a woman being in the paint like that, and you slap her, and you going through and you belly bump her, she fuck her shit up. Nah, that shit ain't happening.
I'm pretty sure that it will be LeBron running to the refs before a woman.
I just don't understand why women have to watch the WNBA for the ratings to go up.
Right, I don't get that either.
Because it's the WNBA. It is women's basketball. So a lot of men aren't watching women's basketball. So if more women watch women basketball, they would make more money. This is logic here.
Why is it that men can't watch it though? So
because they already watch the NBA. Unless they got a bunch of daughters, they not watching it. Let's just be 100. They not watching it unless they got daughters or need to play ball.
Okay, so both genders are not watching the WNBA, but you're only holding accountable the women. That's
because most men watch the NBA. Most men watch the NBA, so why wouldn't more women watch the WNBA? If y'all can watch Lifetime and a bunch of bitches slap each other on the Real Housewives, why can't y'all watch a bitch slam on a bitch?
Why can men not watch the WNBA?
What you say? I wish you could hear.
I didn't say they couldn't. I'm saying most men that watch the WNBA either have a family, a women family that's in ball, or they got daughters that play ball. It's just not a man sitting there watching it because they ain't watching a woman play ball. Like we talking right now. Besides Gardner that's locked up, do you know 5 NBA players, WNBA players is playing right now?
No.
I don't know 5
NBA players.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's exactly my point, though. I know 5 NBA players. I can't give you 5 WNBA players because I'm a man that watches man basketball. If women watch more women's basketball, they would have more views. They would have more promotion. They would have more money. This is the whole thing in the scenario.
But I think you mean if women watch basketball, period, because what you not understanding, and you kind of need to listen to me. If I don't watch the NBA, I'm not watching the WNBA. If I don't watch the NFL, I'm not watching the WFNL, whatever it is. So why is it women's fault that they don't have revenues if we don't? Because it's a bunch of women that don't watch both of those, like myself. So why is it a woman's fault that the WNBA ain't succeeding? Because we're women and we're not watching it? You know how many women that don't watch neither sport, just because they man is watching it, they watching it. They know who them people are because of the dude in their house. So why would we watch the WNBA when we don't want to watch the NBA? That don't make sense.
Okay. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. In your scenario, you don't watch it, so you're the female that don't watch basketball.
And it's
you're
like it's millions of me, billions.
It is millions of you. Guess what? It's millions of bitches that play basketball. Why they don't have millions of views? This is what I'm saying.
But I don't watch neither association, so
you
why
don't.
is it my
You
fault
don't.
that I don't?
Again, you don't. As a woman, you don't. But the millions of women that play basketball.
It's a lot of
millions of women that play basketball.
Lindsay,
not
do
in
you
the
watch
WNBA
associations? Do you watch them? Do you watch the NBA and the what? Oh, there's Lindsay. So it's just me and Lindsay that like it. Do you know how many women don't watch? You can't say that don't. You ain't got the.
I can, and I just did.
I mean, I ain't saying you can't say it, but let me mute my mic and be quiet.
Glenn says the women that watch the NBA don't watch the WNBA. That's why.
Again, like I'm gonna say it again. It's millions of women that play ball throughout the whole world. There's millions of women that play ball. If the WNBA had millions of views, then we wouldn't be talking about that because they would have the revenue to pay these ladies. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying for the woman that don't watch sports. The woman that don't watch sports, that conversation ain't for you when I say women should be watching the WNBA more. The women that play basketball should be watching the WNBA more. Period.
All right. So Derek says it's really not a particular person you can blame. It really comes down to the entertainment of it all. The promotion is different. And to be honest, they give away a lot of the tickets to their games. They give away a lot of tickets because people ain't buying them.
And people ain't buying them because they ain't watching
them. But the way I think what's throwing us off is the way that you said it, because you said it like it was the women's fault.
Women that play basketball and watch basketball. Yes, it's their fault.
It's not just women's fault. It's not just a woman's fault.
Well, all I'm saying is, if it was more women that played,
both men and women don't watch, so it would be both men and women's fault. If you're gonna place blame on the viewership, it's not just women that don't watch. So
you're right, but it's WNBA. It's women's basketball, so it's catered to women. So women that play basketball.
It's not catered to women. It just has women playing instead of the NBA that has men playing.
But that's what I mean. It has women playing, so it should have a woman. It should have some type of woman audience. Not even woman audience. A lot of them are part of their community. Like, it's a lot of things. Most of all, it's the only way the NBA makes money is if they put asses in seats and views. They need to start putting asses in seats. They're not doing it.
But that's not.
For me, I just look at it. So maybe I am wrong. I will take a step back and say, maybe I am wrong. I can't blame women, but I can't say women that play basketball and women that watch basketball. If you go to an NBA game, why don't you go to a WNBA game? This is what I'm saying. Won't you pay for it? Put asses in the seats where they don't have to give shit away for free. And know what I'm saying? And then the money will change for them. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm saying.
I don't think it should be segregated. I think they all should just come together. And there you have it. Derek says it's also the timing of their season because the WNBA starts around the same time the NFL is starting. to be honest, I don't even know when their season starts and ends. So promotion is a big play in that. And then Glenn says it is the woman's fault. Y'all dropped the ball literally. That is not the woman's fault. I believe I believe the fault lies in marketing and promotion and the budget. And I'm sure they could have got a PPP loan or something like that. But we have spent entirely too much time talking about the WNBA. So, yeah. So anyway, prayers up to Brittney Griner. Hopefully they'll figure something out. What they're proposing, I'm not necessarily a fan of, but yeah, it ain't.
Nah, it's crazy. But remember 20 years ago when that dude got caught stealing in Singapore and they sentenced him to 50 lashes and America was in an uproar. They was like, it ain't shit you can do about it, sir.
Yeah. Right. And then remember some guy did something over in, I guess it was North Korea. And when they sent him back home, he was on life support. So yeah, they don't like there's America is who. Like we don't give a fuck about that. That holds no weight over here. So yeah. And these were white men. So yeah. Go figure. Anyway, next up is Breonna Taylor. So the police officers that were involved in the Breonna Taylor killing have been brought up on federal charges. So that happened this past week. Do you have any thoughts about that?
It's bittersweet. Because we'll never get Miss Taylor back, and how they drug her name in the mud, for so long.
Right.
But I'm glad because it was everything they were saying was flawed. It was just you knew it was terrible, and you knew they was getting away with it. So I'm glad that somebody in the powers to be was like, you know what, at one point we have to give a shit and push that ball forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of optimistic that something may happen because it is federal charges now. So it's it's not a whole lot less, but it is less politics involved than it is when the local people handle it. So hopefully we'll see a better outcome, than before, because before it was a total shit show. So
that was terrible.
Yeah. So justice for Breonna Taylor isn't dead. So we like to see that. Next up, let's go on ahead and get into some fuck shit.
Where did Bree go? Bree, did you get mad at me?
I don't know what. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I know you didn't get mad at me, Bree. Come back though.
I don't know. I guess she had technical issues again. But anyway, so yeah. So next up is this Airbnb situation. So this guy on TikTok, he made a video about an Airbnb that had renovated slave quarters. Ooh, child. Okay, so it had a renovated slave quarters. So he made a video and the internet went crazy about it. So
them pauses is real.
Huh?
I said them pauses you've been making is real.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm just it. Whoa, just what? Wow. But
You want to tackle this first?
yeah. I
'Cause
okay.
you
I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up the video and yeah.
not to say, man, because you like it's like you want to unload a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm wait because it's a lot. I'm trying. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the video. But it's a plantation in Mississippi. Okay, here.
Greenville, shout out to Greenville.
Hold on,
That's my people's place.
let me go on ahead and do what I got to do to bring it up. Yeah, so it's in Greenville, Mississippi, and it's a plantation. It has the big house and it has the slave quarters. On the exterior, it still looks like a slave quarter, and they renovated the inside. And they say in the description that it is a slave quarters. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes, they do.
so
They're
the
not
fact
denying
that no, they're not denying it at all. People have stayed there, and yeah, and they rave about it. It has a
Man.
bunch of rave reviews. So let me pull it up. So yeah. Let me share my screen. Glenn says had to be fucking Mississippi. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here.
Cabin that is up on Airbnb as a bed and breakfast. How do I know that this is
other than just using my eyes and looking at it? Well, they say the listing, this particular structure, the Panther Burn cabin, is an 1830s slave cabin from the Panther Burn plantation. How is this okay in somebody's mind to rent this out? A place where human beings were kept as slaves. Rent this out as a bed and breakfast. Here it is. That's it right there. The slave quarters next to the big house. Mississippi. That's the host, Brad, the super host. But what really kills me is reviews. Memorable. Highly recommend watching the sunset. We stayed in the sharecropper cabin and ate in the main house. Enjoyed everything about our stay. The cottage, the history, the tour, the breakfast, and all was great. We stayed in the cabin and it was historic but elegant. A slave cabin is elegant. What a delightful place to step into history, Southern hospitality, and stay a night or two. Cool spot, way better than a hotel. Maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe this will give people insight on how enslaved people had to live, their living conditions. No, not at all. Clawfoot tub, running water, tile, nice lighting fixtures, water, towels, dresser. The history of slavery in this country is constantly denied. And now it's being mocked by being turned into a luxurious vacation spot. This is not okay in the least bit. And I know there's going to be somebody that says, oh, you're looking for.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what are your thoughts?
You sure you don't want to go first?
No, I don't.
Or Bree, you want to go first? Because I'm pretty sure y'all not gonna like what I say.
Nah.
No?
No. All right. Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. If you've ever been to Greenville, Greenville is full of fucking land and trees. So it's a bunch of houses that look like that. It's a bunch of houses on the side. So it's just one of them places. It's kind of stuck. But I feel like because they're promoting it as it used to be slave quarters, and it's owned by white people that it's really getting an uproar, because I feel like if somebody black would have did it and said, you know, we done bought this plantation and we've written everything out and we reinvented this, renovated the slave quarters and all that, we just everything, it wouldn't have got as much a bounce as it is now. Now, as I say that, I say this, I would have never did no bullshit like that. I would have been like, nah, tear that motherfucker down. But I'm not in real estate. I don't know how them niggas pockets work, but I do know they white and didn't give a fuck.
No, they're definitely white and didn't give a fuck. I was thinking, because I talked to somebody at my job about it, and I was just like, you know, maybe they couldn't have tore it down because it probably was listed as like a historic site, which I mean, it is historic, not necessarily in a good way, but
right.
I can't see myself living or staying. Like the ghost, like no pun intended, but the ghost of Mississippi would have came. I would have thought they was coming for me. Because what the fuck?
I'm telling you, I would have definitely felt creepy vibes.
Yeah. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, and then they're okay with it. They're okay with it. And people rented it out and was okay with it. That's the part that kills me about it. Like, they was legit okay with it.
Yeah.
And he just happened to run across it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was not a problem. This been on there and people been writing reviews. People been staying in there. They had no problems. You know. Yeah.
They love it.
What it look like in there?
You didn't see the, yeah, like they got
it's not funny. I laughed though when I heard it. It's not funny, but I did laugh. I don't know. I mean, I'm not shocked, so that's why I think I laughed, because I'm not shocked that they did it. Whoever did it, did it. I'm not shocked it was found. I'm not shocked where it was at. Like, that go together. It was in Mississippi. Somebody's grandpa's house. They remodeled it. Whoop, whoop. It's a B&B. I'm not shocked it's checked up though. I don't appreciate it or none of that, but
yeah.
Hope the spirits fall in and pull a candy. Okay. Why you didn't have to make me say I'm glad I didn't finish. I did say the first part of his name, not the last.
Yeah, you can't say that shit 5 times. I don't even play with that shit.
At all.
But yeah, it was.
Because I would be scared. Like, I would just be scared. I would just wake up in the middle of the night and it's a little ghost slave girl playing with my locks, and I'm gonna just panic. I'm gonna go in full panic mode.
And I feel like I would get a bunch of rest. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just seemed like it'd be quiet and I would be asleep. I don't know.
I don't think I'll get rest at all, because first off, I feel like the ghost would like come for me, especially for a black person, because what the fuck are you doing here? You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck did you paid for this? It should be an old slave that wake you up at 3 a.m. like, you paid for this bullshit? It scare you to wake you up.
Yeah, that would be scary. I wouldn't stay there, but I really feel like I would get some real good sleep just because of how it is. It's space, like the air is quiet. I don't know.
I mean,
people live next to cemeteries. You know what I'm saying? So,
damn, I can't get.
I live next to a cemetery.
Yeah,
so I mean, and that I was fucking.
I didn't know
scared
you
all the time. Like, yeah. I did. I was a kid. Stayed on 71st and Wayne, right across from Forest Hill.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
yeah, I used to be like, shit. At night, I would not hang outside. Fuck no.
Yeah. Like I stayed around the corner from Brooklyn, but I couldn't stay in them houses that line Brooklyn. There's no way. On one side, they got some really nice houses, but there's no way. So
They are scandalous for that, but I'm not shocked. It's not gonna get portrayed as a slave quarters no more. It'll probably just be a quaint B&B now.
Well, they took it down, and they made some type of explanation and all types of stuff. Like they're trying to clean it up. Airbnb, of course, saying that they didn't know, but I mean, they are getting a backlash and they are trying to clean things up, but it's not like they're gonna stop. They may stop putting it on Airbnb, but they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop.
They ain't gonna stop putting it on Airbnb. Yeah. They just not gonna mention that shit no more.
Right.
It's still gonna be on there. When all this backfires, it's all gonna work out.
I just ain't gonna say it used to be a slave quarters.
Right. And then like some people,
white people
in their reviews, some people were saying that they that it was a sharecropper cabin. They called it a sharecropper cabin. So I was like, so you didn't even want to call it what it was. You know what I'm saying? You're still trying to deny the shit. But whatever.
Yeah, I think it's down south. You know how down south is doing. They trying to revamp everything, man. They really off Kanye slavery was a choice type shit.
Yeah,
my whole thing with the go ahead. Sorry.
Well, they just trying to erase slavery.
Right. And then another thing, the people that stayed in there was surely not melanated, and them slaves didn't fuck with them. So I think we'd be fine. The ghosts.
But the ghosts might still have.
I couldn't pay to live in a slave quarters.
White folks. You know what I'm saying? They might still have that same mentality where they don't.
Man, them go see what's going on. They didn't roll and been like, man, you don't think they didn't seen a car with some black people in it? Like, what the hell? They didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, but they probably still don't fuck with white folks. That's
now they can. So now I kind of want to stay there, because now if you bother me, I'm gonna have to tell you, go bother these people that fucked with you, the people that own it. When they come, lock their ass in here.
Yeah. So Glenn says white people have a fetish for staying at plantations. They even throw big weddings at them. Yes, they throw they throw plantation parties, like slave themed parties and shit like that. Like,
yeah, they didn't somebody just do that?
Yeah, like the chick from The Bachelor, she went to one and she got backlash, and that's the reason why Chris Hansen from The Bachelor got fired, because he was taking up for her ass. So yeah, we don't play about that shit in real life. But yeah, so that's the slave quarters. So let's move on to something else. Let's move on to something light. Let me share my screen. So this was by request of Bree.
What was it? Oh, I know. I really did want to talk about these.
So let's talk about them. Let's talk about these in one picture of Chris Brown at his tour for his VIP. And okay, so the thing is that Chris Brown, while I go through the pictures,
they
Chris
cute.
Brown is they're very cute. Chris Brown is charging $1,000 for his meet and greet. And these are the type of pictures that you get with Chris Brown for your meet and greet.
This is so funny. You know how silly this looks?
Honestly, if you're a Chris Brown fan,
look at his face.
Like he's like really involved in the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, I don't want to be here, but I'm taking a picture anyway. No, he looks like he really wants to take these pictures.
Yes, he is. Whatever they telling him to do, he's doing.
Listen, you know why he's smiling? Because we didn't see like what 9, 10 pictures, 11,
Yeah.
12, 13.
Yeah.
Man, come.
Yeah,
He made 13 racks doing that shit.
more than that.
14.
It's still more
I'm saying-
people
More than
coming.
that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Look
Just
at his
think,
face.
If they told you all you had to do is take 100 pictures and you be cool for the rest of the year, wouldn't you do it?
This nigga is silly. Like, she probably was like, I want you to take that picture like you hitting it from the back. He was like, okay.
Say less, right?
Yeah. That's what I don't understand why he should get any backlash from this, man. Chris Brown has he found a glitch in the matrix and he's taking it.
They getting funnier. Oh my goodness.
This shit look like high school prom pictures.
Yes.
They do.
That
They
one's
do.
cute though. That one's cute.
Yeah, that one is. That one is. You know.
And that one. I like
If I
that
were-
one too. That looked like your mom and her daddy in the club back in the day. That one did.
All they needed was that straw chair. Yeah. But yeah, like if I was a Chris Brown fanatic and I paid for the meet and greet, I wouldn't want to just be like, oh, take a picture next to him and stuff like that. Like I would want him to be engulfed in the picture, like he really want to be there. Because half the time, them pictures, they half-ass want to be there. You can't touch them or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like these, he's all in, and he's taking multiple pictures.
So are they
This
paying
is
the
his favorite part of the
fee?
meet and greet.
So the people that got the people that have two different poses, are they paying a rack a piece or is that one?
I don't know if they're paying extra to have more than one picture. Look at this.
You
This is
should
so
nearly-
cute. She running like that is super cute.
Love Chris Brown.
Yeah, that is cute. Now, if it was for my daughter and it's like her birthday and I know she a super fan, I'm paying the rack if I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit they did, that was cute.
That was so cute. So
But
just
me as an
imagine,
adult woman, no.
but just imagine because you know people really like be engulfed in these artists. You know, like that's their life. You know, or part of their life or whatever. And then when they meet them or whatever, they might be disappointed. He's not.
It done been 50 different people that he done made 50 racks already. Because I don't know how many people we done seen. It's not stopping. I thought it'd have been done by now.
Oh yeah, he's making a whole
and like
living.
these pictures. Yeah, and then like these pictures are probably enticing people more to go to his meet and greet. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't be thinking about no Chris Brown meet and greet. But these pictures got me like, if he were to come to Kansas City, maybe I might, you know.
Look at now, see.
Look at that's what I'm saying. Now look, this is the best part of the meet and greet to him. He can't wait for this shit to happen.
Yeah.
That's a cute outfit.
He's doing all that, interviews, say this, say that, and they be like, oh yeah, now it's time for the pictures. He's like, what are they?
Yes, he wants to do it.
Right.
That's what's funny. That's why it's making me laugh because he has a genuine smile on each picture.
Yes, absolutely. He definitely does have a genuine smile. And then like people are like he's getting backlash for it, and I don't understand the backlash. Like if you don't want to pay $1,000, don't. Like nobody's making you pay $1,000. You ain't got to pay $1,000 to go to the show. But that's funny. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that was funny.
It's I don't come at the Chris Brown meet and greet.
And he'll do it too. That's what's funny.
Right.
Hey, Chris Defense, you just gave me $1,000 to sit on your motherfucking back, dude.
Because he picking people up. I mean, and he's genuinely happy. Lily, you right. This probably is the best part of the tour is taking these pictures because he really looks pumped to take them. Like,
Yeah.
He is silly. That's how I think he's just silly.
But it's men and women. Like, they all like, yo, I want a picture. You know what I'm saying? And he's taking them. Like, yes. Look at that.
He's not like, this man is at $70,000.
See, Bree, me and you on the same page. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we looking through this shit and we like, rack. This nigga, yes, I'm gonna be taking the shit out of these. Fuck with these other people.
What is this pose, Lindsay?
This fight. I don't know. Ready, fight.
He probably was like, you want to do what?
Funny part, Chris Brown probably is the one making these poses up for niggas. Like, he look at this nigga and be like, oh shit, my nigga, you look like you on a video game. Hold up, let's put our dukes up. And that nigga gonna be like, fuck yeah, Chris Brown, let's put our dukes up. And here we go.
Like making my stomach hurt. Lord, he is silly. Do y'all know how silly he is? And they not stopping. I ain't seen the same person yet.
You gotta think that the same nigga that he went viral for dancing in the middle of the goddamn restaurant. This nigga, this is naturally him.
Yeah, and wasn't nobody paying him no attention either. That was so funny.
Yeah. Like, these are good pictures.
They are. He is silly. I don't see the problem. I don't see the backlash. These are people's keepsakes. Like, and then, you know, he didn't come to disappoint in the pictures.
Right.
He's making the people look good in the pictures. That's how good he look. He taking them. He's making them.
Right.
All the pictures are cute. I haven't seen an ugly one yet.
Yeah, like seriously.
Like with each individual and everybody that he didn't took a picture with ain't cute. And they all have been cute pictures.
They all cute pictures. So somebody posted, let's talk about how humble, kind, and real this man is. This lovely young lady gave Chris Brown the bracelets he's wearing as a gift during her meet and greet. He didn't just put them to the side. He wore them out the same night. That's what's up. Oh, and he got them on. If you can see at the bottom of the picture, he got them
on. Yes. That nigga Chris Brown love his fans, man.
I think he at 100,000 now. I'm sure we're at 100.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just imagine if somebody told you we're gonna go on this fucking 16 city tour, and you gonna pose with 100 people on each tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On top of show money.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Chris Brown has had his faults, and he got a pass just like all of us. But I've always liked him still because he is talented.
That's what make you like him. That's what make you like him. Because in the era of Child Star, he went through that controversy and was still able to bounce back as a grown man. So that's why you really like him.
And he cold too. He's still cold.
Right. So this is what he said in regards to the backlash to the meet and greet. He said, PSA, when artists, everyone do concerts, they all have something called a VIP package. I haven't done meet and greets in over 7 years. I have the coolest fans on the planet. I appreciate the fuck out of them. They are memories that will last with them forever. Unlike most of these lame ass artists that don't even make eye contact with the people who made it possible to even have a career. I only exist because these fans saw something in me I never thought was possible. So I'm gonna go all out for my fans.
And you have, and I appreciate that because you know he's got enough money to where he could chill. He don't have to do this, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he 100% right, man. You gotta love your fans. You gotta think. You could have been typecast years ago for the nigga that whooped Rihanna's ass and never been who you is. You would be trying to get on a versus. Right. But he don't even need verses. So yeah, you You love them fans that kept you around, man, because you survived beating a bitch ass when she told you couldn't dance. And now you done turned into the second coming of Michael Jackson.
Right. So Glenn says, on a lighter note, gas and cocaine prices are down.
Yeah. Gas is down. Cocaine ain't never going down, my nigga. Once the drought hit and it go up, it stay that way.
Yeah. So that's
my
Chris
bad.
Brown.
That was a side note.
Right, it was just a side note. I think he was just in St. Louis last night. If not last night, the night before. But yeah, this tour he's not coming to Kansas City, unfortunately. But
I'm gonna keep it. If I was a Chris Brown fan, I'd pay that rack to take a picture with him. I wouldn't even give a fuck.
Me too. I sure would.
I'm a Chris Brown fan, but I'm not a stan. I'm not a stan.
Yeah, I'm not $1,000 in. Now, if I had a kid that was, then yes. But
right. Especially seeing how he gives it up at the meet and greets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you'll be like, I ain't paying that. Like, they ain't even, like he said, they ain't even gonna make no eye contact with you. You know what I'm saying? Waste your damn $1,000. But no.
And every one of those pictures was nice. That's what's just so funny. Whatever you wanted to do, he didn't care.
Right.
Shout out to Chris Brown.
Right. Shout out to Chris Brown. So, next up, which is sad to talk about. Unfortunately, Mystikal this past week got arrested again for rape. I know, like that was a far left.
Hey man, this right here, man. This right here. Oh man.
I gotta do good and bad, high and low. Cause I don't want to just like dump all the low stuff on you.
Right.
Because it went to us laughing at Chris Brown to this nigga Mystikal.
This nigga Mystikal. So yeah.
Big truck himself. Fuck.
So if people don't already know, go look it up. Like this is the third time he's been arrested. For the same
he this shit.
Yeah. He got convicted, spent some years in jail for the first time. The second time that he was arrested, the charges got dropped. We don't know why the charges got dropped. We just know the charges got dropped. And now he's arrested again. It is sad.
No, it's sad that he got away with it.
No, it's sad. It doesn't seem like he's gonna get away with it. It's sad because there's people that have been hurt behind this. It's sad because he obviously has a problem.
Oh, for sure.
He's talented and his talent is going to waste because he has this problem. It just sucks. It just sucks, especially because like somebody that you like really liked and is a part of your childhood is going down in such a horrible way. Derek says at this point, this nigga doing it because you are not about to keep getting caught up like that.
Exactly. It's such a shame that, man, and these times we're losing our fucking childhood motherfucking heroes and fucking powerhouses, man. It's like it doesn't make no sense. We got Bill, we got Kels, we got Mystikal, and both for Kels and Mystikal, man, we have been told these niggas is Freaky Jason. And we was like, nah. And now it's coming out, you niggas is Freaky Jasons. We can't keep defending you bitch ass niggas, man. Like, goddamn, like Mystikal was my shit.
Mystikal was everybody's shit, man.
I even believe, like, when he came up with that story, like, Nah, we caught her stealing, and we was just like, shit. You know, if you suck our dicks, we'll let you slide with the shit. We didn't know the bitch was pressing charges. Like, I believe that. I was like, well, shit.
That might have been the first one. That might have been the first one.
No, that was the first one, and I honestly
that was the first one.
I believe the first one, but this second and third one,
yeah,
1, 2, 3, that's enough.
I do believe the first one. But the part that fucked them up on the first one was that them motherfuckers recorded it. Why would you record some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
This man is a menace. You know how many people he probably didn't mess with and we didn't know? Like, these are just people that didn't say it.
That's exactly what I was about to say. We only hearing about 3 times. This nigga just probably been doing this because
he better hope he don't get me too.
If you get caught 3 times, man, and in a span of a couple years, that means, man, it's just your nature. It's just you. Every now and then you get caught.
Every now and then
like,
you get caught.
Just like the bitch that boosts. She been boosting since she was 17. She'll tell you I ain't boosting no more, but she'll also know where to get all your good detergents and shit from. Like, the shit don't go. Every now and then you just get caught. You don't quit your night. That's that nigga nature to be on some weird ass motherfucking Chester shit with these women, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he likes, and apparently, but he need to go to jail now. Like,
and that's the killer part. He's already been to jail for this shit. So
he did.
Thought that would have scared him straight, but no. And then this is the killer part, because we was talking about this at work. I was just like, there are women out here that will do cosplay with you and do, would make you feel like you're taking the pussy.
Yeah,
you're not really taking the pussy. So you don't have to really take the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, he could find somebody. He could type that in.
Yeah.
Type it in a search engine to pop right up to their location. So he's a pervert.
This illegally.
Yeah, that's because he's a pervert. Sorry, he is.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. I'm like,
he likes
at
to
this
rape.
point, when I seen that shit, man, I said, at this point, you just got to say, man, hey, man, fuck it, man. These niggas be doing that shit. Like, I hate to say, because everybody got somebody that they want to defend, but at this point, I'm just like, man, these niggas be doing that shit, man.
Yeah. So Derek says that's not good enough. It's a real controlling mindset. Yeah, that's what rape is about. It's not necessarily about sex. So I'm just saying, you've already been to jail for this shit. You're not gonna try to rehabilitate yourself and get better and nothing like that. Do this shit in a legal way.
But see, I was watching Mystikal's Unsung or Uncensored, whatever come on TV One. It was the newer one, and he looked like he was lying to me when he was on there. Because the first one I believed him. The second one I'm like, he's lying. And when he was talking about it, I said he's lying. He did that shit, and I could just tell. And look, he turned around and did it, so I knew I was true. I was right, because it didn't look genuine. It just looked like. Now, I got some people here that believe me that I didn't do it. So as long as they believe, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't.
Now let me play devil's advocate right quick. Being that he did already go to jail for that shit, do you feel like he's a target? And if he do fuck with a bitch and he don't give the bitch what she want, she can just be like, oh, no. Because they not beating themselves up. These bitches be beat up too. It's not like they just got raped and then they went in their car and cried to the station. They getting beat up and the police is getting called on the scene. So on this situation, the police got called on the scene?
I thought the second one they got called on the scene. That's what it sounded like he said in his Unsung.
I don't remember what was said in that.
I just watched it not too long ago. It wasn't this month or last month. It might have been in May or June. I just seen it because I watched the whole thing and I was like, he's lying. I could tell he was lying.
Yeah, see, it's been about a year since I've seen.
And he always get caught smoking crack or some type of drug, and it's the same repetitive shit. Like he got caught with a drug this last time, didn't he?
Wait, allegedly smoking crack? Because I never heard that.
Man, I just watched this man's Uncensored. It was drug paraphernalia that lined up with crack use. So allegedly, but he went to jail. So I don't know. It ain't no alleged. It was involved. And then this last time here, this third shit he just pulled this just now, they said he was on some kind of drug, allegedly, I guess.
So maybe when he gets on whatever drug this is, he feels like he got to take the pussy. I don't know.
Nah, he wanted to do it. That just gave him the strength to do it. That stopped him from having a conscience from doing it.
That too. Yeah.
Right. It just, man, I just don't understand. Like, well, you almost if you allegedly high every time you do this shit, you almost gotta lock yourself up every time a full moon come like a werewolf, nigga. You gotta know once I'm getting high like this, I gotta be away from bitches. Like cause I'm gonna do something stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to discipline yourself, man. I mean, first discipline would be get off that goddamn drug, but since you're not, you know, you gotta discipline yourself of what you gotta be to enjoy this high. Cause you don't want to wake up. Who the fuck wants to wake up with charges?
Right. And then this man Pharrell really fools with you. Like he done made several beats and assisting your career to be what it was. And because I think when he got out of jail that last time, didn't Pharrell do that little bounce back song he had that had the little New Orleans beat to it? That's why I'm like, damn, Pharrell still fucking with you all these years later. You know what I mean?
You talking about keep bouncing me against the wall?
Yeah.
No, that came out before he went to jail. That was on Tarantula.
Okay.
Yeah. But
he still got back in the game.
Yeah, he did. He was money when he came out. Yeah, he had a couple of songs. He had a couple of songs after he came out, you know, but yeah. And that's the thing, because people were still rocking with him and everything after he came out. It was, I mean, but he came out pre-Me Too, so
yeah.
I don't see the shit being positive after.
Yeah, I think Mystikal got a problem, and this time when you go to jail, man, seek counseling over there, you know, because a lot of us think we could just handle our demons on our own. Sometimes we can't, man, and you got a serious demon, my guy.
Yeah. Derek says again that trick bag. They love putting themselves in trick bags. Yeah, they do. But yeah, so that's Mystikal. Yeah. So moving on. All right. So do y'all know about Pastor Bling Bling at all?
Yeah, the dude from New York, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go on ahead and talk about him. Okay, so this man, I forgot his name to save my life. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to pull it up. But he's a what's that called? He's a pastor in
Brooklyn, right?
Is it Pastor Whitehead? That's his name, Pastor Whitehead. Is it in New York?
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
I mean, not in New York. It is in New York, but I can't remember what borough. But you're probably right. It probably is Brooklyn. Glenn says, I'm sure Baby and his connections to Universal Records attorneys got him off the second time. You're probably right. They probably paid that lady a good coin. But anyway, Pastor Whitehead out of New York, he was doing a live broadcast. And in the live broadcast, some gunmen ran up into the church and robbed him of almost $1 million worth of jewelry. They had guns. They was sticking people up. he says that they put a gun to his 8-month-old baby head. And then I guess they robbed other people of the church and whatnot. So this video went viral. With the video going viral, there are some YouTube personalities that their main focus is to talk about the fuck shit in the church. And one of them was doing his job, reporting on the fuck shit. And they were making fun of it because it looks staged. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but it does kind of look staged. So they were making fun of him and whatnot. Dude, and Pastor Whitehead ended up coming on dude's channel, and they ended up having a blow up online live. So then the pastor started doing these rounds. Then all these videos started to surface about him basically flaunting his wealth. Then he ended up going on Fat Joe's channel a few days ago. And he did a whole interview with Fat Joe. People were saying that he was lying through his teeth through that video as well. But it just was a lot of foolishness that's been going on with this whole story. He did say on Fat Joe that the majority of his jewelry was not insured. He said that what else did he say? He said that they're traumatized from it. He has a daughter that's older that wasn't there at the time, but she's traumatized because she knows what happened and she doesn't want to go to church anymore. And yeah, it's just
she wasn't going to church in the first place. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bunch of foolishness. His background has came up. He's done time in jail. He's pretty much a scammer and a fraudster. So all this background stuff about him has come out. But he hasn't 100% told where he gets this wealth from. These lawsuits that are pending and that have been ruled have come out as well. So it's a whole lot of fuck shit that's been coming out about this pastor. But what he does say is that he doesn't take money from the church. He doesn't take a salary. But yeah, we don't know that to be for certain. He lives in like this mansion in New Jersey where all like the rich entertainers stay. And then he has like a Bentley. He's done videos in his house showing all his wealth, but his church is like a rinky-dink church. Like they've been having a building fund for 30 years and they put a doorknob on. Like that type of church. So, basically, what are your thoughts?
I want to go first. I think he set up the robbery. Yeah, I think he set the robbery up. And if he didn't, that's jacked up and all that. But he seems like the type of person that would set that up.
Glenn said that shit looks like a Tubi movie.
It does. It did. It was very Tubi. It was giving Tubi at 8:00. And y'all know what's funny? I don't even watch Tubi.
I've watched Tubi movies and they're bad. But
I can't. I've seen them on TikTok. I can't. But anyway,
I love Tubi movies. Oh my God!
I really hate this man is playing with God like that. Because I do believe he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I seen a movie on Tubi called African Prostitutes. Changed my life.
What?
Yeah, you heard what I said.
Crazy.
That legit has nothing to do with the pastor getting robbed, but
it nothing but Tubi. I heard Tubi. I just thought about that shit. Like I fucks with Tubi. My bad, Brittney.
Nah, you good. You had a moment. You had a moment.
I had a moment. I'll be hot, man.
But yeah, my complete thought is, if I think he's the type of person that'll set up a robbery in his own church, that's that.
Yeah. Who's next?
Is it my turn? Okay. I do, because I watched it, so it do look fake. But if it wasn't fake, hey man, keep robbing these bitch ass preachers, man. Like I can't stand evangelists and I can't stand preachers that live beyond the church's means. Like I don't get that. Ever since Joel Osteen wouldn't let them fucking church doors open up for them people in that town was flooding, man. I just never understood these type of niggas who know they get money from the flock but can't help nobody. So yeah, keep robbing these bitch ass niggas, man. If that shit was for real. I feel like he one of them dudes. I mean, like you said, we know his past. He kind of shiesty, and like I know niggas that went to church from a past of just scamming and hustling, and they became preachers and reverends and what's that nigga below the deacons and all that, and made some racks and then jumped back into some regular day shit. So I know a lot of that shit be flawed. So I don't be trusting none of them niggas, especially when they live crazy good, like you said, man. This church damn near a shack, but you live in that. How you in a mansion and God's house look like a piece of shit? This is how you know you can't trust these motherfuckers, man.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I think it was fake, but if it wasn't, yeah, y'all keep robbing these bitch ass niggas and be thinking they better than y'all, and they trying to they supposed to be the gatekeepers to heaven, man. Fuck them niggas.
All right, so DJ, welcome back. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm with Lily on this one because, like I said, I ain't experienced before. You know, giving your tithes and offering, you bringing your goods to the storehouse, and then you go through a struggling moment. You go to the church thinking you're gonna get that help, and they like, oh, we can't help you. You know, we got this, we got that, or fill this paperwork out and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was ex-members that pulled up and like, oh, okay, you doing that? Well, let me get this. I'm gonna get mine back, and so be it. So, hey, like you said, it's a point to where you living way above your means, and your members is going through it when you can do better. They need to be accountable.
Just imagine your grandma giving half her disability check to the church, and the church still look like a piece of shit.
The building fund, they per se.
Yeah, you gonna man, fuck that, man. You gonna rob the shit out that nigga.
And you gotta think these
she been giving this money up, been praying to God, they still cut her foot off. You gonna be mad as a motherfucker at that church, nigga. Man, y'all owe me.
It's different times now. It's more react than waiting. So shit, you do some shit to people now, they coming.
Especially I just really
how
think he set it up.
Hey, even if he did, like
all they did was open the Pandora's box. Believe it to shut up, but
more people to do it.
Because it's
exactly that's why I said that. Let it be the example set then. Let it be the example set. Let these motherfuckers know you can't keep going out there. You know, you got people pulling up and fucking Ubers and beat up ass Toyota Corollas and about to be evicted, and you pull up in a fucking Bentley with $400,000 worth of jewelry on.
Hey, sure. I don't know if y'all remember that show Pastors of LA. That's what really opened Pandora's box with all these preachers living way above their means.
Nah, yeah,
preachers of LA.
I watched
it was just ridiculous.
Detroit.
They had a reality. I don't watch reality shows. You mean to tell me pastors had a reality show?
They had it. It had Dietrich Hatton. It had
it was around Hatton. It was around Dietrich Haddon, and he had several pastors from LA on it, and one of them was Pastor Noel Jones, which is Grace Jones' brother, and they was just Dietrich Haddon has a warped sense of reality, and they was trying to get into his head that what he's doing is not necessarily right. But he was just like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And he got what happened was that, he was married to this lady. He was married to her for 10 years. They ended up getting a divorce. He ended up getting with this other chick who was a little younger, but he ended up impregnating her, and they had a whole kid, and they weren't married. They weren't shacking up. They weren't doing none of that shit. They ended up getting engaged, and they got married on the show, and they got married by one of the preachers on the show. They actually got married by the white preacher that was on the show. And at the wedding is when they tell the preacher she's pregnant. So the preacher, the season 2 had kind of like an issue with Dietrich, because he was like, why would you let me marry y'all and not know the full story? So that was like an issue. But because the show was such a success with LA, they went on ahead and franchised it out to Dietrich's hometown, which is Detroit. And they had the preachers of Detroit there, and they had women preachers a part of it. They had Dorinda Clark Cole was a part of it. And and there was one preacher.
What type of real preacher would sign up for this type shit, man?
It was a lot of them that signed up for it. It was a lot of
they need that check.
Yeah. Like the ones in Detroit, they were more real. They were more down to earth, except for like one of them. One of them was up in the clouds, but they were more down to earth than the ones in LA. Like this one that was in LA, he was like your stereotypical
gun-toting preacher,
OG thug type preacher, but he was the one that was actually speaking the word, I felt. But he looked like he would he was like riding with Tookie Williams back in the day. That's how that motherfucker looked. And he still was like riding the old schools and all that kind of stuff. I think his church was in Compton. So, but yeah, that show was a mess. That show should be on Tubi. It should be on Tubi right along with Bad Girls Club. But
damn.
But
I never knew about this shit.
Yeah, that show was a mess. It's preachers of LA and then preachers of Detroit.
I just couldn't imagine doing that. Like I don't know. I think I put preachers in different lights. So when I see preachers like this, I just be like, nah.
And that's the problem, because we have brought up that way to put preachers in a different light. And on top of that, they're supposed to be in a different light because they're a leader of a flock. They're held at a higher regard, but they are still human nonetheless. And when you think
they
about
are, and that's why I'm saying most of them are frauds to me, because I'm just like, nah, because I know some motherfuckers there's young deacons that want to be pastors and bishops, and they ain't on that shit. And then I know one pastor that ain't on that shit, like really got a job and all that shit, like don't steal from the flock. He ain't, he all that money to go into the church, really going to the church. This nigga worked for the city.
Yeah. I mean, I know preachers that do both. I don't know. That's a delicate subject in regards to if preachers should take money from the church. That's kind of a delicate subject, depending on who you talk to.
It is, and I don't mind them having a salary or doing whatever for the church, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Yeah, like you're not getting no extra offering. You know what I'm saying? Like you taking your salary just like everybody else.
Yeah, because like how you gonna be a child of God, but you live in like the Commonwealth and Great Britain? Like, yeah, look what we do. We provide this and we provide that, but we living way better than you. because we commonwealth. Like, why would you be commonwealth in the church? You supposed them people supposed to look at you like they equal but a leader.
Right. And then I don't necessarily mind them taking a salary either if they got the credentials for the salary. Like, if you can't just wake up one morning and be like, hey, I want to be a preacher, and then expect for you to be on the payroll. Like, no, that's not how this works. Like, if you actually went to school, you got the degrees and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And then, but you actually got to be like a leader. You can't just be a preacher on Sunday and that's just your job. Like, and that's just it. That's all you do. Like, no, you got to actually be leading this congregation into the right direction. You know, like, we got to have
that
goals.
nigga, even that rich ass nigga, do we even got a pantry for his people?
I don't know. I know that because what he does is real estate, and I know that he put on a free real estate class. He put on a free real estate class, and the class was actually free because I was actually watching this other guy who his content is dealing with the church as well, and somebody that was just watching the show said that she did do the class, and so he brought her up or whatever, and so she said that the class, the one that she took was during the pandemic, so it was virtual. And it was like about like 6 classes, and she already knew she already knew real estate, but she wanted to get more knowledge, and she thought that the class was going to teach her more than what she knew. It actually didn't. It was more geared towards people who are first-time home buyers. She already bought a home, so it was like information she already knew. So she said that when it got to the point where they started talking about cleaning up your credit and we would charge you $500 to do so, that's when she went on ahead and exited stage right. But but she said people was doing it, you know, but I wouldn't give nobody my personal information that is a convicted scammer. I don't care if you're my preacher or not, but everybody ain't me, so.
I mean, even that sound good, but that's trash. Like, you a preacher, you supposed to be making all this money real estate. Why you ain't got a pantry for your church? You know, church is supposed to have pantries. Like, every Wednesday, they should be able to have like a what's that shit where niggas come and eat a meal and shit. Every Sunday they should be having that shit. Where's Sunday school?
So I don't expect no pantry to be in there.
Yeah,
you said what?
I said the church look like it's in an old house, like they turned the house into a church or some shit. So I don't expect no pantry to be in there.
I'm saying, but you making all this money in real estate. Why you ain't putting the people putting money in the church? Why you ain't putting money in the church? Why you ain't practicing what you preach?
Like, I would try to get like a big ass tax write-off because I donated my money to this congregation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if nothing else, because like you said, I'm not going to be living in one of these nice ass mansions in New Jersey and my church is ran down. That don't even make sense.
Like, I don't get it. Even though I don't trust some of these pastors in the city, what I do know, them motherfuckers, that's how you know they making money. They buy a whole warehouse and turn it into a church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you can see progression. And yeah. So that was a big story. What the fuck? Oh, sorry guys.
It's all good.
So so that was a big story. Next up, has anyone listened to the new Beyonce album?
I've heard a couple of tracks.
All this silence.
I haven't heard it all the way through.
I about to say, man, I live with Jasmine. Jasmine plays this shit nonstop, but if you know, I only get it when she put it on the loudspeaker.
Okay. And Bree, you only heard a couple of tracks. DJ, have you heard any? No.
I can't say.
Lord, I don't understand what you guys are doing with your life. Because when Beyonce drops an album, you're supposed to stop and listen. But
You're supposed to, if you're a fan. If you're a fan, I like Beyonce's music, but I don't think I'm a Beyonce fan like that.
Fan or not, you're supposed to stop what you're doing and listen. But
okay,
the album's awesome. I would suggest everyone go listen. However, the album is not exempt from having a lot of controversy. So, one of the things that happened right before the album came out, and that was Kelis got word that her song was being sampled in one of Beyonce's songs on her new album. So she went on a rant about it or whatever because nobody told her. She found out like everybody else, and she was upset about it. She said a lot of things, you know, but then, of course, facts came out that because the song that they sampled was Milkshake. So the facts came out that she does not own Milkshake. The Neptunes own Milkshake, and the Neptunes were listed. She went through Beyonce went through the proper procedure to sample a song. So the powers that be that own the song were notified and they gave permission. So then Kelis came out again after she got backlash. She came out again and she said that mainly her issue is not with, she said her issues with Beyonce, but it's mainly with Pharrell. She said she's been talking out about Pharrell for a while. She said, I mean, Chad too, but in her words, she said Chad is so spineless, she's surprised that he can hold his head up. So, yeah, so mainly her beef is with Pharrell, and she just, you know, she's been speaking out against how artists are taken advantage of, especially in their early years and whatnot. But basically, what it sounds like is that she when she first signed, when she first signed to Star Trek, she signed a bad deal, and that's why she doesn't own her shit. So, yeah. Anybody has any thoughts about this situation?
Trick bag. She put herself in a trick bag because if she was smart and let it play out, she would have got finally paid off of the song. Because Beyonce, from what I heard, put her down as a writer for the little part that she did sample. So, which she didn't have to, but she did. And
Right.
you didn't fucking talk your way out of making at least hundreds of thousands, if anything.
I didn't get to that part yet. I didn't get to that part yet, DJ. You're going ahead of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I thought about it, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, since let's just go on ahead and go there. So, Beyonce, because of the backlash or whatever, she took what she used on the song off of it. And she also, from what I understand as well, she also did put down Kelis as a writer. And so Kelis just pretty much screwed herself out of being listed as the writer on a Beyonce song, which would have got you some money, of course, some money that technically wasn't owed to you. And yeah. So anybody else have thoughts about the situation?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I really believe at one point, man, Kelis is just bitter about the way her career went, because you signed to the Neptunes. You got one of the biggest bangers. Like, you got a couple big bangers, but you got one of the biggest bangers that the Neptunes came out with. And then and then nothing else. So don't blame the deal, blame where the music went. Like, and so now that you're getting a little bit of just deserve, you know, why shit on that? Because you got a bitter a bitter issue and a bitter memory about what happened to you in the past with the deal. It's a million motherfucking artists with that same caliber of shit. And if you still are producing it and or not producing, but still like doing concerts and making music, like, nah, why you just don't be happy that you got a credit on I like not even getting the credit that you heard your shit on a Beyonce song. You ain't got to own it, but the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that's on a Beyonce song. And this year, remember the last time you was on the radio? It was a long time ago, bitch. Like, I think some people just look gift horse in the mouth because they be mad about some old shit. And that's what happened to her. Now you just got to make a backlash and you got to act like you hate everybody and this and this and this and this and all this old extra shit. When you could have just been like, man, whatever. You hear that shit? I made that shit.
Yeah.
Well, now she ain't getting paid.
Exactly.
Now she ain't getting paid. She over talked, you know what I'm saying? And now she ain't getting paid. So go back to your farm.
Yeah.
Because she farms.
Right. She does food.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know, a lot of, like, I saw this one person say, you know, I still ain't forgave her for what she did to Nas. I was like, damn. So we're going there. Okay. So we're going there. But, you know, she just lost her husband like a few months ago. I want to say to cancer. So she's probably still mourning and she just lashed out or whatever. But she did tuck herself out of a bag. I get that you say that like other people that have sampled it have given you the courtesy and you do want to get that courtesy to know. But unfortunately, that ain't how the game goes. They don't have to give you anything, and you lucky that she even did that because she didn't have to list your name down on nothing. Because you don't own the song. It's unfortunate because a lot of people got screwed, especially back then. A lot of people got screwed. You know, she had the same lawyer as the Neptunes. So of course that's a conflict of interest right there. So she's getting bad information, you know, on this contract, and she signed it and pretty much signed away her artistry. So it sucks, and a lot of people have gone through it, but I don't know what.
But this just proves you ain't. To me, with Kelis, it just proves that you wasn't who you said you was. Because, like you said, back then everybody was getting bad deals. There was a lot of bad deals out there. You know what separated the real artist from a motherfucker who was just a flash in the pan is they kept going through it. They kept pushing through it and kept making phenomenal motherfucking hits. Yeah. She didn't do that. So you gotta be grateful for what you got. Yeah, it was a shitty deal. But yeah, like you ain't iconic, but somebody just sampled your shit. Who's iconic?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just look at it a certain way. I just be more grateful that, you know what I'm saying, I give recognition for some shit I did instead of saying what I could have done.
Right. I get that as well. Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, it would have been great for you to get the heads up. You weren't owed the heads up though. She did what she did legally what she needed to do to use that sample. You talked yourself out of some money, and that's just what it is. Now moving on to Diane Warren. I don't know if anybody knows who Diane Warren is, but she's a legendary. And when I say legendary, I mean legendary. She is a legendary songwriter. One thing in particular that automatically pops in my head when I hear the name Diane Warren is Brandy, Have You Ever? she wrote that. So, amongst a whole bunch of other stuff. But she tweeted and got her ass handed to her because she tweeted a tweet talking about Beyonce. Talking about how do you have 24 writers on a song, and then she gave this look. She got this rolling eye emoji. She said, how can there be 24 writers on a song, rolling eye emoji? So she was trying to be cute, talking about Beyonce, because Beyonce with this album, whatever, she uses a whole lot of samples because it's house music. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. So, what's his name? The Dream. He replied, and he says, you mean how does our, in quotation mark, black culture have so many writers? Well, it started because we couldn't afford certain things starting out, so we started sampling, and it became an art form. A major part of the black culture, in quotation marks, hip hop in America. Had that not happened, who knows? And he says, you good? And so then she replied, but she just was like, you didn't need to be rude about it or whatever. So they start going back and forth. So a whole bunch of people handed her her ass. So then she replied. So then she makes another tweet and she says, okay, I meant no disrespect to Beyonce, who I've worked with and admired. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. But she completely tried to play victim. And it was just like, but you started it. Like, nobody was talking to you. Nobody was talking about you. You made that shady ass tweet with the rolling eye emoji. Then you're trying to backpedal and pussy pop like you weren't being shady, when in all actuality you was doing nothing but being shady. And with you being in the industry for so many years, you know how sampling works. And you know why it would be 24 writers on a song if it's three to five people that wrote the song, and I used about 3 to 5 different samples. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly why it would be 24 writers. Like, stop playing with me. So yeah,
I just don't understand how people are like taking away their bag all the time. Like, when you be dealing with motherfuckers like Beyonce, like, they not only do she got a bunch of crazy ass fans, she got the industry on lock. Like,
yeah,
why you want to stop your bag like that? Like, I don't understand why every time somebody says something that has a little bit of fame or a little bit of talent about Beyonce, all of a sudden they get shunned. Like, 80% of it is the fans. Like, damn, you don't even know your fan is a Beehive fan until you say something about Beyonce. Now you don't got no record sales. It's like,
right,
and then the record label stop fucking with you because you ain't producing.
Right.
Like,
right, exactly.
I don't understand. Like, she's saying that shit, and oh yeah, she wrote a great song. Let's see how many other great songs she have in the future, Lindsay. Like, she done fucked up for real.
Right, because it's just like, what is your problem, ma'am? So like other songs that she's written, she wrote "Unbreak My Heart."
Powerhouse.
Yeah. What else?
Where you at, Bree? I'm expecting Bree to say something. Where you at, Bree?
I mean, y'all pretty much said everything. That's exactly how I feel about it. She's a what is it? This Academy Award winning songwriter. Why would she play like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, there's no reason for her to be saying anything. Like, you should have just sat there and ate your food. You know,
right?
You should have just sat there and ate your food.
Well, you've been eating it for so long. You a songwriter. This songwriting. That's it. Don't nobody care about how many people was on the song, or man. So what? Like this song, write a song, man.
Yeah.
You mad because Beyonce didn't pick one of your shits? Write some better shit.
I mean, simple, right? You know. Here we go. Let's see, songs. She's been in the game since 1983. So,
and a songwriter since 1983.
Yeah, she's been in the game since 1983.
Man, come on, this whole conversation should have been beneath her.
Right, she shouldn't even started. Like, come on now, like that's almost 40 years. Like, and then
that shit should be beneath you.
Right, and then you're being shady to Beyonce, and you work with Beyonce. Like, I don't know if
you got 40 years of work. You make these people great.
Right. But the song "I Was Here," that Beyonce has, she co-wrote that with Beyonce. You know, so it's like, what are you doing, ma'am? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Let's see, what else? She wrote "The Arms of the One Who Loves You" by Escape. She wrote "Baby Be There" by Atlantic Starr.
Hold on, cause you know Bree so ghetto. Hey Bree, have you heard any of these songs? Cause Bree be acting like she just listen to Mac Dre all day. She don't be knowing no R&B nothing.
She might know one or two. She wrote "Because You Love Me" by Celine Dion.
I don't know why you threw that case on me. Now I do not act like that. Every song Lindsay done said, I know every single one of them, and then played it. I don't listen to none of that shit. I ain't heard Mac Dre since high school.
You haven't?
When she bring up some R&B, you be like, I ain't heard that. I'd be like, damn, would you just listen to?
Yeah, when it gets real old,
but
like the stuff Lindsay saying is in my age group.
Now she wrote "Better Me" by Keisha Cole. She wrote "Bleed for Love" by Jennifer Hudson. I'm just naming the stuff that we may know, because she's written for everybody. She wrote "Call Me Gone" by Patti LaBelle.
I don't know that.
Oh, "Can't Fight the Moonlight." Y'all know this song from Coyote Ugly. Can't fight the moonlight deep in your heart. You surrender your heart. Don't you know?
I don't know that.
What is Coyote Ugly, Lindsay?
Oh my God. Coyote Ugly is a movie.
But I don't know that song. I know the woman of the song, right? The girl wanted to be a song.
What was it about?
Yes, the song in the movie that she was pushing. Diane Warren wrote that song. Because remember, Leanne Ron,
did the movie match the? You said what?
She was a songwriter in the movie, and she was she had like left a small town and went to go live in New York, and she started working at this bar called Coyote Ugly. So that's why the movie name is Coyote Ugly. But she was still a songwriter trying to push this song. And she ended up selling the song in the movie to LeAnn Rimes. And at the end of the movie, LeAnn Rimes came to Coyote Ugly and sung the song at the end of the movie. In real life, Diane Warren wrote that song that they were pushing in the movie.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard, because I was about to ask, was the song made for the movie? That was my question. But I didn't know it was the movie was based on the song. That's dope.
Yeah. But Diane Warren in real life wrote the song. And then "Can't Take That Away," Mariah Carey. I don't know their song. Let's see, what else? "Closest Thing to Heaven" by Lionel Richie. "Come On Down" by TLC. I have no idea what that song is. "Couldn't We" by Deborah Cox. Let's see. Oh, she wrote "Do You Feel Me" by Anthony Hamilton.
Did she? The one on the American Gangster soundtrack or the regular one?
I don't know either one. So yeah.
Oh man, you sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. She wrote, "Don't Look at Me That Way" by Shaka Khan. She wrote, "Don't Say It's Over" by El DeBarge.
Don't what?
"Don't Say It's Over" by El DeBarge.
I don't know that. Well,
Yeah.
she can write a lot of songs. She's old.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through a whole lot of songs that she wrote. She wrote "For You I Will" by Monica.
I could see that.
Yeah, she wrote "Fooled by the Moon" by Brandy. What else? She wrote "Give Me You" by Mary J. Blige. I knew that one. And that's pretty good. Give me you, give me all of you. And then "Have You Ever" by Brandy. She wrote "The Heart Is Not So Smart" by DeBarge. What else? She wrote "How Does Your Heart Forget" by Genuine. I have no idea what song that is. She wrote "How Many Times, How Many Lies" by the Pussycat Dolls.
So basically, her reputation speaks for herself, and she had the nerve to go against Beyonce. Sometimes I just be thinking hate is just it just be in the water, because like she has no reason to even be like we shouldn't even be talking about the fuck shit this lady did, because we were listening to or we've heard the great shit that this lady did.
Exactly. Like this list goes on and on and on and on. I ain't even like cracked the surface of what all she's written. And for her to get her ass on Beyonce's internet and talk that fuck shit is appalling. But you know, white people doing white shit.
Maybe she wanted to retire.
I don't know. But that's
this is her way of blackballing herself because she wanted to retire because she got so much fucking music. She tired of her phone ringing.
Right. She's like, leave me alone. Well, they gonna leave you alone now. So yeah, so moving on. Let me pull it up. Hold, please.
40 years of music, man. Just let that sink in. That's crazy. Bitch, you stupid.
Yeah, it's real dumb. It's real dumb. So, don't you know that you can't fight the moonlight? Yeah. So, okay. So, I have a question for the panel. I really like that song. Sorry. So, I have a question for the panel. We're gonna watch this video, and then I want to know who was wrong in this instance. So, here we go.
Get out my car. Just make sure you give me my conversation. What? Ain't no conversation number. What you mean? Ain't no conversation number. I can't get a plate. Why don't you get so bad. So bad. Go. You want to give me no cheese? Nigga, you're like fuck. You gotta go. Hey, all right. Mind your own chicken.
All right. There's another one. Let me play this one. Hold on. Sharing my screen. Oh, it do sound double. Okay, thank you, Seven. I'm gonna fix that immediately.
Well, you said what?
Seven said it sounded double, so I have to fix that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. Did you hear that, Britt?
We'll hear it on the
I
playback.
did hear it.
Oh,
I
you heard
did
it?
hear
Yeah,
it. No,
Bling
I
said
heard
she
it
heard
when
it.
he was doing it. But I just thought, I don't know. I thought from when Mines was doing it earlier, maybe I don't know. But I did hear it.
Okay. So basically what we're talking about is I'm bringing a question to the panel on who was wrong in a situation. And we have 2 videos. The other one is not wanting to work. Actually, it's freezing up.
Joint.
Hold on. Now my computer's frozen. Hold on.
I found it.
That shit weird.
Man, I am stoned.
Hold on, guys. I might have to get out.
Okay, jump out, jump back in. Trying to see the second video. You know, these motherfucking stage videos is getting on my nerves.
You think it was staged? I would hope not, because the cloud chasing that's
what I'm saying. It's I don't know, like because I seen that one and I just like nah, I don't see that actually.
I'm a woman, and unfortunately, Lily, you don't relate or probably don't understand, but it really is some men like that out here. So I can't put it past and say it is staged. Why?
I ain't saying it like that because I done seen some shit happen, but I'm saying like this shit, like if a woman ain't got,
she was
watch how crazy. Yeah, she jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, man, because I'm thinking as a woman, like I'm gonna cause a whole ass scene.
Like, not necessarily. You don't want to be embarrassed.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Okay, now I can.
You can't hear me?
Now I can. You say I'm still.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring up the other video. In 2 seconds.
Yeah, I just don't. I'll be like, man, I'll be looking at these niggas like I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, I'm looking at him. He like whatever, and get your bag and do all this and steadily talking like, dude. I don't know. I just don't know no woman that's gonna sit there and take that. They'd be like, they either just gonna pay for their own ticket to get back and fuck what you talking about, or they about to be like, fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
Hold on.
Well, I think she did because
she don't even fly
see
spirit,
my back, but I just don't think it was
spirit. Like she get like okay, so I get her motherfucking, so I get her motherfucking. That's damn near 600-700 last minute, right? So plus her bags, check in, all that shit. We go get her the Uber, all that shit. Then I'm damn near at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night, I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? If I not did anything, you should have knew what it was if I flew you out here though. Why come out here then? So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know, I ain't gonna even be no petty ass your name on there like that. Okay, so why would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to? I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You knew what it was. I spent 5 G's on you. What you talking about? 5 G's. What you talking about? So look, she getting dead. Oh, let me talk. Shut up. Here we have to go eat, right? So shut up. So call him. Pack all this shit. I'll help you. Read. Pack all this shit up. Pack all that shit up. It's not even about it's really about the money because it ain't about nothing. You feel me? Okay. I don't spend damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't spend.
Well.
All right. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, who do you think?
I can tell you firsthand.
I want the boys. I ain't got nothing to say. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Nah, I know this firsthand. I done seen this before. I seen this actually in February, so I can call it. It ain't staged, Lily. What I think they both wrong. It ain't no right and wrong. They didn't have good communication. They should have knew what it was before she flew out, and they should have had a discussion before he flew her out. So she wrong for going with no money. Because me, I ain't going nowhere unless I got money. He wrong for thinking he about to spend his money and he gonna get what he gonna get without a proper understanding. So, hey, now if she got out there and she was on her period or whatever, then that's different. But hey, by the sounds of it, she was looking for a free vacation and he fell
I
for it.
can't hear you.
But I done seen it. I done seen it before.
Okay, Bree, you said you didn't hear that?
She's on mute again.
Oh, okay.
I heard a little bit of it, but it was kind of messing up.
Yeah, you was giving playback. You were giving hit echo through your feed. So, but yeah. So Lily,
Through mine?
Yeah, it echoed through your. Like what he was saying was.
Yeah, I wanted you to hear it, Bree. I wanted you to hear what he said, so I could say what I say. You said you wanted to hear the boys first, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he basically said that they both was wrong. He said that they didn't have good communication skills. Let's see. Heard most of it, but Lily was talking over it. Excuse me. Basically what happened in the video was that the girl got flued out. Shout out to the city girls. The girl got flued out and she didn't want to smash. In both videos, the girl got flued out and she didn't want to smash. And the dude was mad that she didn't want to smash because they spent all this money flying the chick out. And so in the first video, the dude dropped her back off at the airport and canceled her return flight. So she had to get how she lived. In the second one, the dude just put her on blast about. He said he spent almost $5,000, and when he came to the realization was probably like in day 2 that they wasn't gonna smash. That's when he put her on blast, and they had a whole argument. What DJ was saying was that they had poor communication skills because they should have discussed this prior to, so that they would know what it was before they decided that they was going to spend time together in person. And the girl was wrong because she should not have left her town without money. The dude was wrong for being under the impression that somebody got to fuck you just because you spend money on them. Lily, what are your thoughts?
Again, okay. Like I said, the first one looked kind of staged. The second one that I'm looking at, I'm just in my mind, I'm just like, nigga, who spends $5,000 on a bitch in a matter of days? Like,
yeah,
you niggas be knowing what you be asking for. I swear, I think it's just the rise of the bitch ass nigga. Because I just don't understand that shit. It's me as a man, like motherfuckers could tell me who I am or how I'm supposed to be masculine or any of that shit. If I fly you out, if I say, boom, I'm going to spend such and such and such and such to get you to come see me. The reason why you coming to see me is you coming to fuck. Now, as I say this, if I do that and that doesn't happen, I'm not going to be on no bitch ass nigga shit like try to put you on blast and make it seem like you doing wrong because a nigga just thinking with his dick. I'm not going to do you like that. What I am going to do though is not fucking contact you and go and fly you out anymore. I just don't understand that. Like when it comes to shit like that, like putting a bitch on blast or filming shit to make it seem like this bitch is wrong. Nah, nobody is wrong. Nobody's wrong. You choose what you want to choose. Now you got to do what you got to do after that. But that whole I'm a filmer and talk bad about her and all that old extra shit, that's bitch ass nigga shit.
Okay. So Derek says they should have both known what it was before she came out. She wanted a free trip and he was wanting that cat. Sad to say they both played themselves. Legally speaking facts, it's still his responsibility to fly her back and take his loss. All right, so Bree, what are your thoughts? She's still on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate that the guy felt the need to go to social media and air out his loss. But I mean, it's right. I mean, it should have been discussed. But then it's like, how if a man asks me if I'm flying you out here, how are you gonna ask me if we gonna do it? Because then when you ask me, I'm gonna be like, well, now I ain't coming. I guess we move forward and move on. That's when we separate. Like, how are you gonna ask me without sounding like a creep if I fly you out here? Are we gonna do it?
So you don't
the
think
niggas shouldn't even have to ask though. It should be a given.
Hold on. Bree, you don't feel that they should have a conversation about that prior to being flown out?
I think but as a woman, if you meet a guy and he says, I want to fly you out, and you're like, okay, cool, and the conversation comes up about sex, that's going to kind of make me not want to go, because I might have had intentions on wanting to do it, but since you put a little stipulation on it, now I'm cool. I don't want to.
Well, okay, a conversation and a stipulation are two different things.
Yeah, like a conversation about sex.
It's a stipulation too, because that means that's what you're basically conversating the stipulation. You about to tell me, hey, if I was buy this ticket, we got to do this, this, and this, and that ain't the case.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be a conversation with you and that person over the phone, casually about sex. Shouldn't be right before I fly you the fuck out. Like, I should be like, if we have a conversation about sex to the point where I know if we meet up, we gonna fuck, then that's when you get flew out. Like, you got to have that whole conversation first. I mean, like, right. You got to converse first. Y'all gonna converse about everything.
Right. And this is the thing. If your intentions are to solely fly this chick out for a weekend and you want to have sex, that needs to be conveyed prior to, so that nobody wastes their time. So if you're turned off by even the mere conversation of it, then you don't need to be flown out.
I'm not going. That's what I said.
Right, but
so that's why the conversation. But
a conversation should be had about it, period. Because when people fly people out, sometimes their intentions are solely to have sex. So to not waste anybody's time and to not be in situations where you have to figure out how to get home, then you need to have that conversation. If your intentions are nowhere near having sex with somebody, then you need to make that known prior to you leaving, because you don't want to put yourself in that trick bag.
Bro, what would you say, Bree? Because I know you had something to say with this.
Apparently that wasn't said. You know what
Right, it wasn't said.
No, so that's what I'm saying. It wasn't said because the dude knew he would have sounded like a creep. So that could be a turn off to a woman for you to even proposition him or bring up that conversation. So that's why I was saying, how would you ask or bring that up? Like, oh, I'm flying you out here. Are we gonna do it later or because eventually you're gonna have to say it, even if you buy the ticket, like, I want to see you real bad. Let's say I'm supposed to come next Friday. Before Friday come, they gonna mention it, and then that's when you could, you know what I mean? So I think the reason why it wasn't brought up in these situations is because they didn't want to look like a creep.
Well, they
that's
look
the
like
thing. That. My thing is that should have been like, it should be established. Like, a nigga don't have to have a conversation like, hey, when you get down here, I want them panties. Like, a nigga ain't got to sound all old man creepy like that. But in a conversation, if you got to have a lot of conversations before you want to fly a bitch out. If you're not doing that, my niggas, then that shit's on y'all. Y'all fucking up. Because like,
Yeah.
why would you just think just saying, hey, what's up? You know, I
Apparently,
like
that's what happened.
I like how you look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you down to Tennessee. If you niggas is doing that, you niggas on some bullshit. You gotta work your way up to anything. I don't know. I come from a certain area. Shit, we used to have to work our way up to having the eating in front of your kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, you had to talk and do some shit to do that. Like, so I don't understand the new age. If niggas is just like yeah, I'm gonna fly you out, but you know, if you fly out, man, you know, you gotta give me some pussy. If niggas is doing it that fast, then yeah, they deserve that shit that's happening to them.
Yeah. 7 says communication is key. That's absolutely right. And he also says, if it will show, the problem with relationships across many levels is expectations versus lack of communication, which leads to a bad combination. I agree. Yeah, these situations, it obviously wasn't communication or effective communication being had. They probably saw somebody online, thought they was really cute, had a couple of DM conversations, and was like, "Here, I want to see you. I want to fly you out." You know, thinking that that automatically means that we're gonna smash. Just because you spend money doesn't automatically mean that you're gonna smash. So you can't really get mad when it doesn't happen. That's a risk. It's a risk. Especially if that's what you're in it for, it's a risk. You know? But yeah. But yeah, what they was doing, putting the shit online and shit like that shit was whack. Me personally, I'm gonna, like, if I'm not feeling somebody like that, I'm not gonna leave town for you. I'm not. Why would I want to be around somebody that I ain't feeling like that for a whole weekend, and I'm just around them, depending on them like that? Now that part don't make sense. Just so I can say I went out of town. No, I don't need no man to go out of town. So I'm not gonna use no man to go out of town. Like, that's stupid to me. Right. 7 says, so instead
both of them are dumb, to be honest. Both situations, the man and the woman.
Hold on, I was reading the comment.
I agree, Bree.
7 says, so instead of talking things out and filling in the gaps, people use that to put others on blast while playing the victim. Yeah. Yep, I agree.
I just don't. I'm just looking at it like, as a man, you ain't got nothing but your balls and your word. You know, we've been told this shit. Everybody that heard it, you been putting in lyrics. That shit is real. You ain't got nothing but your balls and your word. What you say, you got to mean. So, if I say I know what I'm saying, I'm gonna fly you out, or you know, and then I'm gonna provide you a passage back home. Like, I just know that's how much it costs for me to get away from you. Like, if I'm expecting something that doesn't happen, then it costs me this much to not fuck with this bride no more. Like, that's all it is. Like, it shouldn't be a reason why I gotta put you on blast for some shit that I didn't think was right. Like, yeah, I don't think it's right, but whatever. Fuck it. It is what it is. You gotta take your lumps like a man. I don't get that shit. Like, this whole, once cops start shooting us in the street and white women start crying on camera, like, everybody just want to film shit.
Yeah. Right. It's sad. It's sad. But from what it sounds like, we're saying that they both are in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, this shit crazy.
Yeah. All right. So.
I have no intentions of going with no nigga. No, I'm sorry, Lindsay, I'm gonna cut you out. But ladies, just have no intentions of doing that shit with these niggas, man. Like, for real, like, motherfucker wanna fly you out. Like, just start saying you want some pussy, nigga. Like, don't put yourself into these fucking bullshit ass scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just seems like that's the thing nowadays. Like that's a flex that you flew somebody out. Like, no, that's not a flex. That just is showing that you probably can't get nobody locally. Like, I don't know. But Seven says exactly, Lee. People act like nothing's wrong. People act like nothing's wrong.
Nobody's wrong. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like everybody's wrong, man. Man, this whole situation is stupid as shit. Niggas is acting like real bitch ass niggas, and women acting like they dumb ass blondes. Like you just come on, man. Like, let's end the stereotype, man. Think better.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do better with your money. I mean, if you need somebody to send your money to, you can always send it to me. I will do right by it. Y'all have to fly me nowhere. You can just send me the money if you want to waste money. You don't have to do no extra or nothing. Just send it to me. But anyway,
you gotta fly and give out that cootie cat.
No, I'm straight. Just send it to my Cash App. So, you know. But anyway, so one thing we didn't mention.
Any final thoughts, Bree? Bree be cut off. I'll be trying to throw Bree back on.
I don't know. I don't have no final thoughts. They stupid. Young. That's how you know they young.
Right. They say they can join his. Seven says that they can join his pyramid scheme. Right.
They all in.
Right, the multi-level marketing. So, one thing that we did not mention about the whole Beyonce situation was that she has a song on the new album where she uses the word spaz, and now disability, like people with disabilities, they have an organization and they're claiming it as a slur. So she removed it from the song. What do y'all have any quick thoughts about that or no?
Not surprised.
It's anybody can be touched, and this is what happens when you have 20 years of participation trophies, y'all. That's it. That's all I gotta say. This is what happens.
Bree, do you got any thoughts?
I said not surprised. I ain't
shocked.
She said this. I'm not shocked at all. That word's been said. The people that's enemies of the sun and unmelanated made the word up. So now they're using it against themselves and others. So,
yeah.
They did Lizzo the same way, man.
I'm just like, we've been using that word for umpteen years. I have never heard of it being used as a derogatory term against people with disabilities, but whatever. That's basically my thought because it's stupid. I wouldn't have removed it. Y'all would have just had to be mad at me. But anyway, so the fucked up song of the week is from 112. It was off of their album Room 112, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull it up. It is called Your Letter. Yep, it was off of Room 112. It is called Your Letter. And who wants to read it?
I read it last time, Bree. You wasn't here. You got to read it. But you got to pick a character.
I kind of, hold on. I might not be able to swing that.
Oh, she got listeners. So you want to read it? Yeah. Yeah, she has an audience right now. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
All right, I might can read it now.
You can? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me send it to you.
You got to pick a character, Bree.
Oh, I'm trying to see because I'm so stoned here.
This is the best time to pick a character.
I might have
Because
to
we're not
randomly.
impersonators. It's gonna be shit, but it's gonna be funny.
Might have to stop. Don't know. Let me see. Oh Lord, it sound. It looks stupid. Nah, I'm just playing.
Lord,
Let's see.
This
This is Your Letter by 112 off the album Room 112. And this album, they really thought they was doing something. I remember it. They was trying to be sexy and they ain't.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, I don't think they
Oh.
are. I will. I'll speak for myself and I don't think they sexy, not one.
Man, cute is fine. And Ryan cute too. Like cute is fine.
I don't know. Verse 1 is by Lindsay, who she just said was fine. It's this verse, Q Parker. I don't even know which one it is. They all slide.
The dark one is cute. The dark one is cute.
I saw a letter lying on the floor. I couldn't help but look inside it. Thought it was something that you must have left for me to find. Here, Slim, all the words were on that page. All my dreams came true that day. I found your letter. It said you love me, but you didn't know the words to say. It said you never knew what you could ever feel this way. It said you only wish someday that I would feel the same. In your letter O. Q Parker's back. I guess it's never occurred to me that you would feel the way I did. You kept the sweetest secret from my heart. You kept those feelings hid. Ooh, it rhymed. That one rhymed. Next, here comes Slim. No, you never showed a sign, gave a clue to what I would find inside. Now here's Slim in 112. Your letter, it said you love me, but you didn't know the words to say. It said you never knew that you could ever feel this way. It said that you only wished that I would feel the same in your letter. Q's back. I was so happy that I almost cried. Nigga, that's not in the lyrics, but to think that you would think of me that way. It's like you took my sweetest dream and made that dream come true. I will be with you always. And then here's Slim. I saw a name I didn't recognize. I felt the tears come to my eyes. Seems that the love that you belonging for was another love, not mine. If it would have did this, if it would have kept going, I saw the name I didn't recognize. I felt the tears come to my eyes. It would have been, ha, 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 stand alive.
Oh, damn.
But now's the chorus it say by 112 album. No, you should never show a sign, but it was right there in the lines inside. And here's all of them again. Your letter. Oh, it said you love me, but you didn't. The words to say, it said you never knew that you could ever feel this way. He said you only wish that he would feel the same in your letter. Outro. This is Slim only. I saw a letter lying on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. How special.
All right. So 7 says, shout out to KC People Choice Awards. Hope y'all win Best Podcast next year. Thank you. And
Me too.
laugh my ass off.
And now I don't know what that means, so I take it back. Whatever you said.
Oh shit.
No, he was laughing at the way that you was reading.
No, I'm just playing with him. I know. I was kidding. That was
Shout out to
garbage. I
Bling.
just looked up signs. I don't. The line that blew me is I almost cried inside. Nigga, shut up.
Shout out to Bree for reading that like she was your auntie to let her husband beat your ass, because that's really your uncle too. He just married in the family.
Oh, jeez.
That's what you sound like. You sound like that auntie that'd be like, you better wait till when Gerald get home, your ass is in trouble. You're like, man, Gerald ain't my uncle for real. He about to whoop your ass though.
Oh shoot. I sound like to me, it sound like he wrote the letter and I didn't feel like reading it. That's how I felt.
Damn. All right, so what are y'all thoughts about your letter by 112?
I told you them. Just now.
You feel like we're reading them.
I'm just like, what was you doing when you was sympathetic over reading a letter like this? Like, how fucked up of a nigga you is?
Fucking up.
That's I'm just like, I'm listening to the lyrics via my auntie, and I'm like, ooh, the fuck is like, what is this nigga doing when he's agreeing to all this shit? Like, yeah, she might be. I mean, she got every right to. Like, what the fuck? I was upset about it. Like, nah, like, what part did you run in the room and say, bitch, what you talking about?
Oh, shit.
I found this weird ass letter on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You conversing with this nigga. Like, bitch, what the fuck? What have I been doing where you think this shit cool?
Everything.
Like, bitch, if you gonna leave me, leave me. Don't be writing this nigga love letters.
I mean, Rodney called the other day, and I was just playing. Sound like she was writing a nigga in jail.
Like, oh yeah, what the fuck? No, you don't understand. Like, you know, when you see some shit like that, man, as a man, you should automatically nip it in the bud. Don't be one of them niggas that like hold that shit in and just wait for a blow up. Just automatically go there and address that shit, man. It's gonna save you a lot of hurt, and it's gonna save you maybe some embarrassment.
Would you really be hurt though if you found a letter on the floor, basically like, oh, my wife got a pen pal, and it's, you know, it's a man, and she talking about your ass in it? Would that hurt you?
Oh,
well, nowadays
I wouldn't necessarily hurt me. It would piss me off. So I guess, yeah, like, you said what?
This was pre-text messages. This is in the 90s, look like. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pressed about that. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm gonna be pressed about that shit. Like, nigga, what? You get what? Why the fuck would you give this pen pal nigga ammunition about me? Like, I'm not. The day I have a conversation like Therese did with Snoop Dogg on the phone, man, Jasmine got to get the fuck out of my house. The fuck? Like, you're not about to tell another nigga how the fuck you living with me, bitch? How dare you?
Yeah.
Well,
especially when a nigga can't do what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna be pressed about that, Bree. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, and that's why I'm gonna be single, dog, because I'm doing it. I'm keeping me one on, and I'm telling him I don't like it.
That's got to be established. I don't understand. This is why communication is key in relationships. This shit has to be established. Like, niggas got to know what they getting into. If you don't know what you're getting into and that shit's a surprise to you, you're supposed to be pressed. But if that's something you already know about, if you choose to be in this relationship, then that's the fuck what it is.
Man, they don't be knowing how I am. First off, look, that's not how it works. I don't let them know. We don't have no this is how it is type of relationship. I mean, I've got those and had those, but if I go with somebody and we living together, yeah, you think I love you. All in all, Rodney didn't call and we wrote.
I just applaud your honesty, Bree. That shit right there is because most women ain't gonna say that shit. Like most niggas ain't gonna say that shit.
Well, see, I'm single too, so I can say it. If I wasn't, I probably would be like, well, let me see where she's coming from. Oh no, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got nobody's feelings to hurt. And if I did, no, that's on you. But I don't. But that's where, that's where my head is with that. I'm not. I feel I feel like if since I'm gonna go back into a different time where fuck nigga free didn't exist. I felt like she left that letter on the ground for him to see it. That's their way of breaking up.
Yeah. Right, because if you're doing that shit, you're not gonna be that careless. Not no woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You put that shit in black and white.
That's proof. It's evidence. All that.
Right.
So
it sounds like she did want to be called. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. As soon as I see that shit, even if it was playing, as soon as I see that shit, you better be sitting on the couch waiting for me. Cause what the fuck is this?
Man, you
like,
know
it ain't gonna be no long-winded argument. I'm gonna just be on some, hey man, shit. Like, do you not want to be here? Because you don't have to be.
Yeah.
Like, go on, let's get this shit out the way, man. I don't want to hear no excuses, no extra, because I wouldn't expect, you know what I'm saying, no crazy shit like that to happen in my house. So I guess that's why I'm like, yeah, hell nah. Like, but I'm only human and I'm prone to mistakes, and I don't know what the fuck a motherfucker be doing. But if I seen that letter, I mean, yeah, short and sweet, man. What you want to do?
Yep.
Now, if I knew she was hitting Rodney on the pen pal level, and I still decided to fucking relationship this lady, then that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
You come home and you see these size 13s, and you wear a size 10. That you already know.
I wouldn't do that. But ain't gonna be mingling of the meetup or the shoes. You're not about to walk in and see no shoes at the door. That's careless right there. She don't care about herself. It's ways to do it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think it's funny. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's funny because his little feelings was kind of hurt. Sound like in the sound. That's evil, huh?
He's hurt like a motherfucker. Like,
I
ain't gonna say any nigga because I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna be that hurt.
Man, you gonna be hurt.
I ain't gonna be hurt. I ain't gonna be hurt. Like I said, I ain't gonna be that hurt. I'm gonna be pissed, but I ain't gonna be that hurt like that. Like,
how long you gonna be pissed for?
I was just gonna be for that moment. Like, I've been in crazy situations with brides, so I don't be like. For the grace of God, I was able to learn from the shit I've been through. So, like, I ain't gonna be that. I ain't gonna be that kind. It's gonna be that piss at the moment, and then I got to get some energy to get that shit up out of me because I don't like to walk around like that.
So you'll be more pissed than I thought, because if you got to get that shit about you, whatever energy it is, you mad for real. But you got to calm yourself down.
It ain't even the mad part or the calm yourself down. It's the upset and the thinking of what you might do, and then the conflict in that. Like, you get mad at yourself. Like, you ever been in a situation as a grown woman to like step into yourself and be like, sometimes you be thinking about some shit so bad it'll make you motherfucking cry.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've done this as a man, so you know what I'm saying? When I look at that shit, I be looking at that shit. I guess niggas can call it toxic masculinity or whatever, but sometimes I be looking at that shit and I be like, damn, that's a bitch ass nigga trait. And like, I try to like not move that way, because if I'm moving off emotions, I'm gonna do something I hate. And like the thing that bothers me about all that is I be, you think about your consequences, I be thinking about leaving people. So like, when you get in that spot, you gotta transform out of that. Because like, even in this situation, some niggas will spaz out and haul off and beat they bitch ass. You ain't gotta do that. All you gotta do is, when you realize you at that point, man, you gotta look inside yourself and make sure that shit don't. If it piss you off to the point you crying, you gotta get up out of there because you liable to do something stupid. Just that's just in my state of mind.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I play Russian roulette, man. Because if I see you crying, I'm gonna start laughing, and that is gonna get me punched.
Yeah, more than
No, I
likely.
ain't gonna. Nah, but that's the thing. I ain't gonna cry like that. Like that's inner turmoil of me. You know what I'm
It don't
saying?
matter if you look like you about to cry. I'm going to start laughing. Period. Because I
No,
think
in
that
that
should be
situation,
funny.
you're not gonna look
And
like
that's
you're
why
gonna
I
cry.
laugh.
But when you sit and think about it, if that shit puts you in that situation, that's when you got to start doubling back. I ain't saying you cry right then and there, and I'm gonna tell you 100% to the core. If a nigga cry right then and there, and you laugh at him, you already signed your death warrant.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
That's
I'll be
what a
playing
woman
Russian
laugh at a woman
roulette.
while she crying. That bitch gonna stab you, gentlemen. I'm telling men, if y'all listen to this, if you laugh at your woman while she crying, she's gonna fuck you up. I don't give a fuck how strong you are, how many motherfucking jabs you throw, how many fucking weights you lift. This bitch gonna fuck you up. She gonna do something that you gonna have a scar for the rest of your life if you laugh at her while she's crying.
If a dude laugh when I start crying, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna start laughing. We gonna laugh for a minute and then I'm gonna leave. If I ain't at my house, then I'm gonna leave. And then I'm just not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna get mad if you start laughing when I come. First off, I ain't crying.
All right. So that is 112's your letter.
Yeah, that was a fucked up song because that was that's gonna cause domestic violence.
It is, and then I'm sitting here feeding on to the shit like I'm gonna laugh if you
right.
But
nigga gonna come in there motherfucker like, what the fuck is this, Bree? Bree, who the fuck is this nigga? And you like, calm down. You like, anything I do for you? And you start laughing.
I'm gonna laugh like the Joker. Wait till
like,
they get a load
God.
of me. I'm gonna turn into Jack Nicholson. Wait till they get a load of me. I'm gonna crack up. You remember when he died at the end? It was like,
Don't do that, man. Listen, I love all my viewers, man. Please do not do that. Whatever Bree does, that's Bree and the rules and regulations of Bree's vicinity. Do not do that to your dude. If your dude ever spazzed out and was like, don't laugh at him when he cries.
I'm laughing. You better not do it. Because even if I don't laugh all the way, I'm gonna do this. So.
All right. So final thoughts. Bree, do you have any final thoughts?
No, ma'am.
All right. I don't either. So Lily, take it away with Jerry's final thoughts.
Jerry's final thoughts, man. Think about your actions, people. This shit carries weight and has merit. Like, listen, you can't be in a situation where you know your next move is a lose-lose situation. Like, don't do that. If you're in that type of sitch where you just like, well, it is what it is, start thinking of an exit plan. Everybody need an exit plan. I don't care if you work at McDonald's or you hustling on the streets or you waiting on a nigga to say something to make him cry and you're going to laugh in his face. Think of the exit plan.
Like the Joker.
Right. Think of it. Laugh while you in the car driving away because this nigga's crazy.
Yeah. But
that's how crazy I am because I don't care.
And as always, take care of yourself and others. I love you, Bree. You are a fucking powerhouse.
So this is episode 54 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys next time for episode 55. Bye.
Exactly.